Hey, ladies and gentlemen, getting ready now for our smoker tractor class here tonight at the Big Butler Fair. We are going to have a very good class of tractors. There are 16 of the big smokers have joined us here tonight at the Big Butler Fair. This particular class is going to run with a weight sled set at 24,000 pounds. We're adding weights to the sled right now. Nate August from down in Freedom, Pennsylvania is your sled operator, and he is adding weights to the sled to go to 24,000 pounds. So what about these tractors? Where do they come from? What are they exactly? What do we have here? These are 540 cubic inch turbocharged agricultural engines. Each of the motors had to come from a tractor or a derivation of a tractor. They could not come from any other source. It had to come as a tractor engine. The bodies on these tractors, the frames, had to come from a tractor. But boy, I'll tell you, that's about where it ends, because these guys have used tremendous horsepower. Tractors out on the track, very, very powerful horsepower. Now, this class will also run using a full pull line. The full pull line will be set by the officials once they see it from the tractors. And we will have a full pull line in this division. Officials on the track tonight. Mr. Evan Rowe is your starting line official here this evening. In from New Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. Mr. Ray Bell, your finish line official this evening. Hailing from Lisbon, Ohio. Working in the pit area tonight for USA East, Mr. Brady Fight out of St. Petersburg, Pennsylvania. Mr. Danny Elliker from Emlenton, Pennsylvania. He was the 2016 USA East champion, a multiple winner in each of his first 2 years of competition on the circuit. All the way in from Sugar Creek, Ohio. This beautiful John Deere machine, 540 cubic inches, huge turbocharger on the top end, owned by the Andreas Farms of Tuscarawas County, Ohio, driven by young Colt Andreas, the 2016 USA East Regional Champion Tractor. This one is called High Gear. International on here for Colt Andreas, the big IH out of Sugar Creek, Ohio. Now let's see what he can do as his lead-off puller in the class. He may set the mark to beat. All right, his mark is at 317. The full pull line will now be set at 315. So anybody that gets beyond 315 feet will be credited with a full pull, and they will join Colt Andreas in the full pull line. full pull line is at 315 feet. Anybody that gets beyond there will get credit for a full pull. That is if they get beyond 315 feet. Well, here is a tractor that's only run once this year and did not have a good run. I'll tell you, we got to see him run early in the year. The tractor never did come to life for him. Well, they're back to the drawing board. This tractor's been off for 2 years' time. Now comes back to the USA East Circuit. It is one of the very few case tractors on the circuit. And what a beauty it is. A 1973 case. A 970 case with a Case original motor under the hood. Owned by the Hickle Farms of Friedens of Somerset County, Pennsylvania. This is Eric Hickle on the controls of the Poverty Case in from Somerset County, Pennsylvania. Hoping to get a better run on it than he got the first time. Crew chief out there, none other than Donnie Landis out of Berlin, Pennsylvania. Former Pennsylvania state champion. Going to be the crew chief out here. The Poverty Case out of Friedens, Pennsylvania for Eric Hickle. You'll know in the first 75 feet if he is going to make it go, because his problem earlier had to do with turbochargers and the clutch. So this is where you're going to know. In the first 75 feet, you'll know if he's going to get a good run. So that's the problem we had the initial time we saw it go. The clutch did not want to engage on that tractor. And I'm fearful that might be the problem he's got again tonight. Now he can drop and come back later, or he can go again. Looks like he's going to try it again right now. Hickle's Poverty Case. Nope, he's not going to get it out of there again. Eric Hickle from down in Friedens, and then boy out there, it's tough. When you've got a brand new tractor and you're trying to figure out all the gremlins down inside that machine, and that's where he's going to be at here again tonight for Eric Hickle and the Poverty Case. A disappointing run here to the Big Butler Fair. Oh, back to the drawing board. He's got to go again on Friday night at the Bunker Hill Shootout over in Ohio. So we'll see if he can get it figured out and bring it out that night. Back to Bunker Hill, Ohio. These tractors have quite a few hooks coming up in the next couple of weeks. They go a week Saturday on the 14th to the Trumbull County Fair in Portland, Ohio. They then go the 18th of July to the Jefferson County Fair in Brookville, Pennsylvania, and then back out to the Listy Nationals down in Listy, Pennsylvania on the 21st. It does appear to be a clutch issue. They just don't seem to be able to get it into gear. For Eric Hickle, how about a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen? A brand new tractor for 2018. From the very powerful Larry Farringer pulling team in from Dayton, Pennsylvania. This one was second a week ago on the circuit. A good running machine. In fact, at Brookville, Pennsylvania, just a couple of weeks ago, the two Farringer tractors finished number 1 and number 2. This is the one that finished second. The Smokin' John tractor from the same team, it finished number 1. Greg Farringer from Pittsburgh will do the driving for his dad's team. Greg, of course, one of the top drivers on the circuit, and he is hammered down all the way. A John Deere machine out of Dayton, Pennsylvania, called Still Smokin' for Greg Faringer. All right, here we go. He'll hit that awfully hard as he gets off the line. This is Still Smokin' Greg Faringer. No, I believe he shut that down. I believe he called that off. Official on the track, Evan Rowe, will make the call, but I believe he motioned and shut that off, which means he can go back and try it a second time. But I believe the call was made by the driver to shut her down, which he's allowed to do. Yep, indeed, he will go back. Our official on the track from USA East, Evan Rowe, will take him on back. Folks, one of the things that we have been dealing with over the last couple of years in this class is, well, what we would call illegal fuel. In other words, what kind of fuel can they run in these tractors on this circuit? They are allowed to run any kind of fuel that comes out of the pump. If they go to Sheets, they go to the Flying J, they go to Pilot, and they buy their diesel, they're fine. Pump fuel. They are allowed to use certain additives in the fuel, but these additives have got to be approved. And so what we do is we do check fuel from time to time. Tonight being one of the nights where we are checking the fuel in these tractors to make sure that all of the tractors are using pump fuel or approved biodiesel. All right, here we go again for Greg Faringer. Still smoking. And it won't go the second time. He will be done. That is going to be it for Still Smokin'. Cannot get it off the second time, and he'll have to take a disappointing run. So we have two in a row that have made disappointing starting runs. And look at that, he is now gone. And completely eclipsed from the track. Now those two girls that are down front, there are photographers. They are going to have a real mess on their hands. .134 for Greg Faringer, disappointing for Still Smokin'. All right, so the full pole by Colt Andrus has got the lead, but I'll tell you, here is a tough runner from over in the Newcastle area coming to the line. And this is a 1992 case owned by the Ross Martin pulling team of Newcastle, Pennsylvania. This is the first trip down the track in 2018 for this one, called the Running Red Warrior. Very, very strong running international machine from Lawrence County, Pennsylvania. First run of 2018, the Running Red Warrior for Ross Martin. Ross, of course, is a school teacher, and always happy to have him come and participate with us from Newcastle, Ross Martin. All right, here we go. 315 is a full pull. No one else has got there except the high gear tractor. Who's the number 2 in the class? the 50-50 is now at $475, $475. And they are going to pull that 50-50 after the tractor class, after the tractors. Major event on, Ross Martin and Running Red Warrior at 3:02. 3:02 on that run by Ross Martin. Now the next tractor coming out to the track is what we call a hot farm tractor. He would be the level down below here. But that said, let me tell you a little bit about this tractor. This is owned by Dick Martin from Volant, Pennsylvania. He was the 2009 USA East champion in the hot farm division. This tractor has not run at all in the last year. He's brought it out to run in 2018. Not quite ready, he says, for prime time, but he wanted to get a run on it while we had a hook close to home. If this tractor runs good here tonight, then he is going to head back here on Thursday night, where he will run against the hot farm competition, which we will have here on Thursday evening. Notice he's got a little bit skinnier tire on the tractor. Notice the tractor's a little bit smaller in stature, not much. The other thing to keep in mind, he has a much bigger engine, but a much smaller turbocharger. So that means that this tractor has more cubic inches, but way less horsepower than the one that you just saw go down the track. This is Dick Martin from Volant, Pennsylvania, with his International 1066 called Black Magic. Looks like it gets off pretty good. Black Magic, Dick Martin, he'll be back Thursday night to run against the hot farm tractors. Good run there. So we'll have a whole field of hot farms here Thursday night. They'll be the first class of the night on Thursday night. Now folks, tomorrow evening we're going to do something completely different out here on the track. We're going to do some drag racing right out on the harness track. Up and down here, drag racing. We've got a class for street licensed 4-wheel drive gasoline trucks, a class for street licensed diesel 4-wheel drive trucks, and get this, we're going to have a drag race for semi-trucks. Tomorrow night, right here at the Big Butler Fair. Something completely different on the main track. All the action underway about 7 o'clock, 4th of July afternoon. And then we'll wrap that up in time for fireworks. So come on out tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening, be part of the new event here at the Big Butler Fair. Measurement on Dick Martin goes 259 to 59. Now, we mentioned earlier that the leader on the track, Colt Andrus, with his international tractor called High Gear, was the 2016 USA East champion. But this is the 2017 USA East champion. Also from the state of Ohio, also from Tuscarawas County. This one is called Chance, owned by the John Lorenz pulling team from Dover, Ohio. Last year, he was a winner of no less than 6 events on the USA East circuit in capturing the 2017 championship. John Lorenz and Chance in from Dover, Ohio. 3:15 is a full pull. You can see the bright green cone down on the far side of the track. And that's where he's got to get beyond if he's going to get into this pull-off. Here we go. 3:15 mark, but he has made a good run. He'll get a mark of 3:03. 3:03, still only one full pole in the class. Just a few more moments, folks, in that 50-50 at $525. And we will be drawing it immediately following the tractor class. Immediately following the tractor, we will make that draw. Folks, have you checked out the new tractor pole t-shirts at the USA East T-shirt located down at the entranceway? Got a great field of shirts available this year. A lot of brand new designs. And for those of you still looking for one of the older designs, we've got some shirts out down there for just $10 on the sale rack. Some of last year's designs, only a limited number of sizes, but we do have them down there for just $10 on the sale rack at the USA East T-shirt stand. So John Lorenz goes into the number 2 spot in the class now at 3:03. As this guy comes the whole way from New Tripoli, Pennsylvania. If you know where Allentown's at, down in eastern PA, that's where he lives, right down in that neck of the woods. And back we go in history. He was the 2015 USA East champion. So we've seen the 2017, just ran, the 2016, now in the lead, and the 2015 champion now coming to the track. Some of the top competitors in the eastern United States have joined us here tonight at the big Butler Fair. This is Rolling Thunder International 966. Sponsored by Senpico Lubricants and Fuel Additives. Kevin Utt to do the driving. Rolling Thunder. As he came out, you heard a little bit of pumping in there. That is the fuel pump, not delivering the fuel that he needed. For whatever reason, that fuel pump left him down right there. That could mean his fuel pump is shot. It could mean it needs new plungers in it, but definitely not working for him. The fuel pump on Rolling Thunder not giving him a good run. 84 on that. But you know he's got an advantage because the big pump guy just up the road in Sandy Lake, Pennsylvania, where many, many pullers go to have their fuel pumps operated upon at minor fuel injection in Sandy Lake. Disappointing run for Kevin Utt after all that trip up to eastern PA. And still only one full pull in the class. Colt Andres with the High Gear International. This is a new machine, but I'll tell you something. The word is, and there's rumors out, that this particular tractor has undergone a major engine renovation from last year. Now let's see what it pays out for him. This is Aaron Bradish. He is from down in Greensburg, Pennsylvania. International 1066. The tractor is called Twice Recycle. His dad, Mark Bradish, a former USA East Regional champion with his recycled red tractor. And now we see the second generation Aaron Bradish come out with his brand new tractor called Twice Recycled. International 1066 from Greensburg. First run of 2018. All right, here we go for Twice Recycled International 1066. It needs a mark of 3:15 or better to get that pull off. Twice Recycled, and not going to get down the track on his first run of the night for Aaron Bradish. Well, we've seen a lot of new tractors not quite ready for prime time here tonight so far. And we've seen a couple of tractors that are definitely ready for prime time. Well, folks, on Thursday night we have 3 divisions of USA East pulling. We will start off with the Hot Farm Trackers, and then the loudest, the meanest, the baddest of the 4-wheel drive and 2-wheel drive trucks, as we will have the Run What Ya Brung trucks here on Thursday night. That's modified trucks on twin or triple turbocharged diesels, nitrous oxide, superchargers, blowers, turbochargers, anything goes. It's Run What Ya Brung. And then at the end of the class on Thursday night, we're bringing in a half a dozen of the top running big semi trucks in the region, and they'll make a pass at the end. So you're going to get to see it all on Thursday night, 7 o'clock here at the Big Butler Fair. Hot Farm Tractors, Run What Ya Brung 4-wheel drives, big rig semi trucks, all here at the Big Butler Fair, Thursday night, 7 p.m. Well, this is another former champion coming onto the line as Dan Park comes out to the trackside. He is from Brookville, Pennsylvania, Jefferson County. This is a beautiful John Deere called the Saturday Night Hooker for Park Acres Farm out of Brookville, Pennsylvania, right up there along Interstate 80. Sponsored by American Crop Insurance, Fisherman's Paradise up in the Cook's Forest area, Camper's Paradise up in the Cook's Forest area. Great sponsors of Saturday Night Hooker for Dan Park of Brookville, Pennsylvania, the former USA East champion on the track. Saturday Night Hooker. Beautiful John Deere for Dan Park. $291 on the run. for the Saturday night hooker. Now number 4 in the class, the Saturday night hooker. All right, out on the line now. This is another brand new tractor that ran a year ago. Has not run at all this year. And out onto the line right now, this is Ralph Hamilton from Adena, Ohio, way down in southern Ohio. And he's got a tractor called Unforgiven, a 4555 John Deere. 540 cubic inches with a big turbocharger. Tractor has not run in this year. Last year at the end of the year, he made a super run down in Smithfield, Ohio to finish 3rd in the class. And then they did a bunch of renovation and did not get it done in time. So out for the very first time is Unforgiven from Adena, Ohio, Ralph Hamilton. So he'll go back and try. So it looks like Ralph Hamilton is going to be done for the night. He could come back at the end of the class, but it looks like he may be done. This is a dear friend, Tim Pugliese from Spring Church, Pennsylvania. And the dear friend, the 2017 Lucas Oil Regional Champion for Tim Pugliese out of Spring Church, Armstrong County, Pennsylvania. Very strong running John Deere 6030. So the full pull line is at 315. Only one tractor's got to that number so far. That being High Gear for Colt Andrus. Let's see if the dear friend can make it. Very strong running John Deere machine from Armstrong County. Another little 300, but I don't think he got the 315. And he'll get marked at 301. 301 for the deer friend. Now up to be number 4 in the class at 301 for Tim Pugliese. This is Buck Up from Aliquippa, Pennsylvania. Jim Swandak does the driving. Well, I'll tell you, this is one tough tractor. Competed at Bowling Green each of the last 2 years. We don't get to see much of this tractor at all. He's only been out one time so far this year. Did not have a stellar performance that night. But I'll tell you, this is a tractor that can be one that can do it. He had a win last year at Meadville. A very strong running machine out of Aliquippa. John Deere for Jim Swantak. So here we go. Buck Up. Never got the front end to come up in the air for long. Just a little too heavy on that front axle for Buck Up. Down around the 275 mark. He's at 275, 275. Now here comes the second half of the Farrier team. We saw Still Smokin' run earlier. Now Greg Farrier comes back with Smokin' John. This is the one that right now is the top dog in this division. Smokin' John out of Dayton, Pennsylvania. Greg Farrier drives. He was the winner at Brookville, Pennsylvania a couple weeks ago. And now he'll have to get it in the pull-off if he's going to win here tonight. At 315, we've got one red tractor sitting out there with a full pull. No one else has been able to get to him. Here's one that definitely has a shot for Greg Farrier out of Dayton, Pennsylvania. Smokin' John. Oh, I believe so. We'll wait for the electronic laser to get us a number. But I think we've got our John Deere in the pull-off. 315 he had to get to. We'll wait for the number from the electronic laser. It's going to be right there. 4. Now for reference point, the International High Gear, his official distance was 3:17 and 7. The measurement on this one, the John Deere, 319 and 1. But that doesn't matter right now. They're going to have to go back in a pull-off. 2 of them coming back, 1 red, 1 green. And we still have a few more yet to go. But oh boy, the guy coming to the line next. One of the top limited pro stock tractors in the area. Coming to the line in just a moment. All right, on the line right now. This is a Shotgun Red from Fresno, Ohio. Boy, I'll tell you, talk about credentials. He's got a win at Bowling Green under his belt. He's got a win indoors at the Indy Super Bowl. He had a win indoors at the Louisville Farm Machinery Show. A 3-time Ohio State champion from Fresno, Ohio, in Coshocton County, Ohio. John Wilkins to do the driving on Shotgun Red to see if he can get into the pull-off. Shotgun Red. John Wilkins. So down to 2 more to go before we get ready to make this one a pull-off. $295 on that one by Shotgun Red. $295. So now we have another tractor that has not run in 2018. And here's another tractor that is a former USA East champion. Now, we're going to have to go way back to the year 2006 when this tractor was the Limited Pro Stock champion. Owned by Lozier Farms of Mechanicstown, Ohio. Driven tonight by Mr. Mike Lozier. This one is called the Indian Outlaw. Indian Outlaw, Mike Lozier. First run of 2018. Mike is the president of the Carroll County Agricultural Association, Carrollton, Ohio, the Carroll County Fair. We will be out there on the 21st of this month, and I'm sure he wanted to get a couple runs on this tractor before we show up out at his own fair. Mike Lozier, 287. So we've got one more to go. And that will be the second run of Unforgiven, the John Deere. So this will be Unforgiven. Remember, the golf pro from Adina, Ohio. Ralph Hamilton did the driving, and it did not go. So he's done a little tinkering around. Now he'll return to the track and make his run. Get ready on your 50-50, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be drawing the 50-50 in just a moment. And we have received word down from the trackside that there will not be a pull-off. Mr. Ferrier on Smokin' John will not return for the pull-off. And so he will finish for number 2 tonight here at Big Butler Fair. Just feels the tractor's too hot. He just ran here about 10 minutes ago. Colt Andreas, of course, he ran first in the class, and he's had an hour to cool down. So he is ready to come back, but the John Deere will not return, so no pull-off here tonight. This will be the final hook before we go to the modified diesel trucks. Unforgiven. Still unable to get it off the line for the guys out of Adina, Ohio. See what the officials are going to do. He did not make 100 feet, so he would have another attempt if he wants to take it.
So we still have diesel trucks.
And officials on the track, we need the electrician. We have lost power now at the starting line. We need the track electrician. We have lost power at the starting end of the track. And we've lost power around the backstretch too. So track electrician, we need you to look into that. So the winner is going to be High Gear, Colt Andreas. Second goes to Larry Ferringer's Smokin' John. Third will be John Lorenz and Chance. Fourth goes to Ross Martin, the Running Red Warrior. Fifth is going to be Tim Pugliese and Dear Friend. Number 6 is going to be John Wilkins, Shotgun Red. 7th place to Dan Park, the Saturday Night Hooker. Number 8 is going to be Kevin Utt and Rolling Thunder. 9th to Mike Lozier and Carroll out of Carrollton, Ohio with Indian Outlaw. Number 10 will be Jim Swandeck and Buck Up. And number 11 goes to Dick Martin with the Black Magic. And rounding out the top 12 will be Aaron Bradish with Twice Recycled.